the Penns have been leaders in the Green Sports Alliance, making their facilities more energy and water efficient, lowering their carbon footprint as they travel. I want to thank Commissioner Bettman and the entire NHL for leading the way in environmentally sustainable sports, because we want to continue to have ice so that we can play hockey.
Let's dive in. As you just saw, 2016 President Barack Obama declared the Green Sports Day in the United States to celebrate our efforts. And over the past 7 years, we have celebrated stories of sustainability in sport. Many of you have engaged your fans, and you helped us launch our Playing for the Next Generation and Play to Zero initiative. And along the way, Green Sports Day Canada was launched in 2020 as an ally in green sports, actively building so much momentum for climate action in sport. And as many of you might remember, we had almost 200 organizations actually light green last year to spread awareness about green sports and celebrate the progress of green initiatives. We also had 25 athletes share videos on social media and simply their voices while they celebrated Green Sports Day, and they felt empowered to use their voice. So jumping into things here, looking at the calendar of October, it sure is an exciting month. So college football is in full swing. We have the WNBA wrapping up its season, NFL getting started, and several other sports actively competing. And I am sure some of you will pop over to London for the Sports Positive Summit, or even celebrate Campus Sustainability Month at your collegiate or university, or attend the Sustainable Brands Conference or even the ASHE Conference at the end of the month. So it's a really exciting month because on October 6th, in the most exciting month for sports fans, we have Green Sports Day. So what is Green Sports Day? That's why we're here today. Thank you all for joining us. Well, every year for the past 7 years on October 6th, we have been bringing the global sports community together to increase awareness, take action, and celebrate the positive impact of sports. It's a worldwide celebration by the global sports community, whether you're on a team, you're an athlete, you're a venue, a team, a fan, global ally, company, organization, or working with a youth sports organization. You are invited to activate and become a partner. So Green Sports Day is supported by the Green Sports Alliance Foundation, and it ultimately helps drive our mission of leveraging the cultural and market influence of sports to promote healthy, sustainable communities where we work, live, and play. So many of you here today are members and partners or even allies of the Green Sports Alliance. And we truly commend all of you for the climate commitments that you have in progress and the action that you take every day to create a more sustainable, just, and resilient future. Whether you are joining this webinar live or watching this recording, we encourage you to use October 6th as an anchor for increasing awareness of environmental and social issues our communities face. And we challenge each of you to keep planet, people, and purpose centered as you set out to make an impact. So I'm really excited to introduce Jill Orris with the Canada Games Council. We are really proud to have global allies in green sports all across the planet. And Green Sports Day Canada has some really amazing initiatives coming to life this year. For the next few minutes, Jill will pop on and she'll tell us a little bit more about what they have going on in Canada. Jill, I'll pass it over.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shay. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Nice to see some familiar faces. Hopefully I get to meet some of those I haven't met yet. I'm really, really excited to be here. I'm tuning in from Vancouver, BC. So I just want to say that I am tuning in from the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish Nation. So thank you so much for having me. And Shay, great intro. for those of you that don't know me, I'm actually joining this conversation as my role with the Canada Games Council. So again, I'm Jillian Orris. I'm the Senior Advisor for Sustainability and Impact with the Canada Games Council. And the Canada Games Council, for those who don't know who we are or what we do, we are actually the largest multi-sport event in Canada. And we alternate hosting both winter and summer games every 2 years. And we host these games across Canada, so in different municipalities and provinces and territories every 2 years. So this is actually our very first year, the Canada Games Council's very first year in supporting the Green Sports Day initiative. But we're really, really thrilled because there was an opportunity for us to take a lead role with this incredible team. I cannot say how great our team is. I think some of them are tuning in today, and I feel like I can just feel the energy of everybody on this call, and I know that our team really exhibits that as well. So it's very exciting to be involved in this conversation. So I just want to talk a little bit about Green Sports Day Canada, sort of how we came to be, what our goals are, and then talk a little bit about what we'll be doing on October 6th. So as Shay noted earlier, Green Sports Day obviously originated in the States, but as Canadians, we followed suit quite quickly right behind. I'm hoping to support this international conversation and make this really important in Canada and a focus of what we need to be working on up here as well. So in the fall of 2020, a small group of sustainably minded individuals working in the sports sector wrote and delivered an open letter addressed to our now Minister of Environment and Climate Change and a parliamentary secretary, which was signed by more than 125 sports people from across the country, asking the Canadian government to recognize the potential of sports as a force for good. They wanted to normalize green sports in this country and then help get recognition for a national Green Sports Day. So hot on the heels of everything that was happening down in the States, this is sort of how Green Sports Day Canada kicked off. And since then, there's been a very dedicated committee of sporting professionals. So it was small and it's since grown. I'm going to talk a little bit about who's on that committee, but these are dedicated sporting professionals, academics, and athletes that have really put up their hand and volunteered a lot of their time to be part of this conversation and move this forward and help the Green Sports Day Canada campaign come to life. So the goals that were established, I think back in 2020, 2021, was to accelerate a conversation on sustainability in sport and climate action, to educate Canadian sports community on the best practices for sustainable sports, and to celebrate the work being done to green the sports sector in Canada. So that's a little bit about us and how we got to where we are today. So with that in mind, I'd love to talk a little bit about our team. So we really want to highlight the fact that this is a collaborative effort, as you can see from the many people who are I guess, donating, volunteering their time to this cause. So alongside the GSA, and I want to thank the GSA to sort of that they've really showcased the positive and benefits of this collaboration here. We're really thrilled to work alongside and to bring this to an international level. So we have representation from, I don't know if everybody can see sort of everyone's names and where they're being represented from. So I'll give a quick overview. So the Canada Games Council and myself, we've got representation from the Canadian Olympic Committee along with a number of Olympic athletes. So you can see there's a number of them here. We have representatives from a nonprofit called Racing to Zero, Head to Head, the Sport Ecology Group, Sport for Social Impact. And we also have representatives from a number of universities across Canada, including University of Guelph and University of Toronto. So there's a lot of research-based initiatives and thoughts around this as well. So you can see a very large spectrum of supporters here. And this is, again, I just want to showcase the power of collaboration. We are coming at this from very different angles, but we all have the same goals and we all recognize the importance of sustainability in sports. And if we come together to have this conversation, we'll spark a larger impact. And that's really sort of how we're approaching this through this team. So what are we doing and how can we engage in the conversation on October 6th with the Canadian lens? So we encourage everyone and anyone, really everyone and anyone, you don't have to be working in the sports sector. You could even just be interested to tune in to our half-day virtual summit, which is happening on October 6th. This summit is going to be focusing on the first steps in sustainability. A lot of the work that I've been doing, I know that there's quite a lot of barriers in understanding that first step and how you tangibly action sustainability within your organization, within your community, or at an individual level. And we really wanted to make sure that this summit provided solutions for those who are curious to know more and how they can be part of this conversation. We're going to have both national and international representatives from entities like the IOC will be speaking, and the United Nations Sport for Climate Action Framework, along with some of those national voices that you can see in the team panel. We'll be diving into some case studies and looking at ways that we can continue to collaborate. Again, collaborative effort. I'm just going to keep reiterating that. It's really important that we're approaching this as a team. We'd also like to encourage everybody to engage with our online community at greensportsday.canada. There's the following hashtags there. So please follow us, give us a like on Instagram. This is the first year that we've sort of had a social media presence. We haven't had the capacity to do that in previous years. So if anyone's willing to jump on there and just give us a like or a follow, that would be greatly appreciated. The more times we're talking about this, the better information we're getting out there, and the more impact we can have. Our team has also worked really to engage our provinces and territories to support these initiatives. So we've asked for formal proclamations across Canada, and we encourage people to share those, read those, engage with those. And then, shout out to the GSA for inspiration here, but we've done our first push for venue glow ups. So we're going to be lighting some venues across Canada green for Green Sports Day. So again, we just encourage anyone who's feeling like promoting this and talking a little bit more about that through social channels to do so. We're really excited. We've got some great sporting venues who have put their hand up to say that they'll lead in that conversation. So thanks to the GSA for giving us that inspiration. And finally, if you're a teacher or a parent or a student or somehow connected to the education system, we really encourage your classroom to participate in our free virtual education lessons, which is actually provided by a Canadian nonprofit, Head to Head. This will include an Olympian-led panel discussion around the importance of sustainability and sports. And this will all be taking place on October 6th. So really excited about this. I just want to wrap up by saying we really cannot thank the Green Sports Alliance enough for including us and supporting this international collaboration on this initiative. I think what was so lovely is when we first started some of these conversations earlier this year, there really was no issue with borders. It was very much like, this conversation is so important and we need to be working towards the same common goal. So whether it's Green Sports Alliance, Green Sports Day in the US, or Green Sports Day in Canada, we're all speaking the same language and moving toward something that is so important. And so I just want to thank Shay and the team and the GSA for including us in this conversation and supporting this. We really do believe that in order to move this dial, we need to work together. So there's room for everyone at this table. I want to reiterate that, and we want to hear from all voices. So if you have a question, a thought, ways in which you'd like to engage with us, please do not hesitate to reach out. My contact information is there. You can follow us on our social channels as well. And yes, please support on October 6th. And if you'd like to learn more, thank you, Catherine. I think you put the Green Sports Day Canada website link in the chat. Please feel free to take a look there. We are in the process of upgrading and changing content on there, but please check us out and reach out if you have any questions. And I think I'll just leave it at that. Shay, pass it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Jill. Well said, and could not agree more. So please check the chat to learn more about Green Sports Day Canada and to contact Jill. So we are taking green lighting a few steps further this year and for the years to come. So we have 3 activation areas for many of you to engage in this year, which is why we're hosting this primer, not just to tell you more about why we do Green Sports Day and how it came about, but also how you can engage. So we have a few different activations. The first being activating your community to celebrate, making a commitment to climate action, and then it all wraps up into our #GreenSportsDay social media campaign. So October 6th or around October 6th, it's all a really perfect moment to activate your community, really using that momentum from the Green Sports Alliance Summit and similar from your Earth Day activations in the spring. We really think of this as Earth Day of the fall. So we encourage you to identify a need within your community and plan an event that makes sense for your organization. If you click the link that Katie is going to put in the chat here. You can register your event with us for Green Sports Day. You have the option to keep it confidential with the Green Sports Alliance, or we can amplify that for you through our social media channels and through our landing page. So please do, if you have an event, click that link, save it, and submit it before Green Sports Day. And I'm really excited because we have some champion members with us today to share what they're doing for Green Sports Day. So Hillary, I would love to invite you to tell us how Athletes Unlimited is optimizing its opening day in Phoenix on October 6th to activate its fans.
Cool. Yeah. Hi, Shay. And hi, everyone out there. Super excited to be a part of Green Sports Day this year. This will be our first real year of activating around this. And hopefully let me give you a little bit of background. Athletes Unlimited is a network of professional women's sports leagues. We run 4 different sports, volleyball, basketball, lacrosse, women's lacrosse, and softball. And we wrapped 3 of our seasons already, but volleyball is our last season, and we are starting our season opener is October 6th. It's happening in the Phoenix area and Mesa, Arizona specifically. And so we have this really unique opportunity to bring both the social elements and get some fan-driven elements, because we'll be in stadium with fans in our location. So we're excited to use the opportunity. Athletes Unlimited is a public benefit corporation. We're carbon neutral, and we always are looking for opportunities to talk about our commitment and the importance of climate action, and obviously just get the word out about Green Sports Alliance best we can as well. So on social, we're going to be we'll create a graphic, an AU and GSA graphic. We're going to earlier on light our stadium up in green and have that be kind of an anchor image for social, and be able to promote our carbon neutrality and also encourage climate action for our robust online community. In stadium, because of opening day, we're going to do a reusable straw giveaway. Those are always helpful to have a way to help fans get excited about something, give them a giveaway, obviously anchored in sustainable giveaways. We'll be doing PA announcements throughout the games. We're going to try to get some sustainability groups in the area to come in so we can highlight them, acknowledge them during the game. We're considering doing a prove if you took public transportation or biked or walked to our arena, you get a future free ticket. We're considering that, the opportunities to do there. And then on broadcast, we're working with our broadcast team because our games are all broadcast on ESPN. So we're working with them to try to figure out how we can promote Green Sports Day through broadcast, so that the announcers that are calling the game will be able to talk about it as well. We may also be able to do a reel, like a sizzle reel of our athletes talking about the importance of climate action that could play during that day as well, that we would obviously pre-tape and cut from earlier in their media days. So just looking at a bunch of different ways that we can take advantage of this game day for us, and to really highlight the critical nature of all this work. That's it for me, Shay.
Thank you, Hillary. That all sounds absolutely amazing. And we are really, really excited to have Athletes Unlimited engaging in Green Sports Day. And it's a great example of them using a game day, and not just a game day, but opening game day, to celebrate sustainability in sports and engage fans. I'm going to pass it over to Bradley. Take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Shay, and thanks, Hillary, for providing that insight. Excuse me. But yeah, I'd like to introduce Jared Gavid with the Kansas City Chiefs. Speaking of opening days, they're kicking off the NFL season tomorrow on Thursday the 7th, which is just crazy. But Jared, please, could you tell the audience how Kansas City Chiefs are collaborating with Giving Grove on October 6th, and or any other strategies or activations you guys are doing on Green Sports Day?
Yeah, thanks Bradley for having Kansas City Chiefs here. Super excited about the kickoff for tomorrow, and then we're also really excited as an organization for Green Sports Day. So last year we lit up the stadium green, and just kind of thought we needed a little bit more here at the stadium and everything. So we're gonna have a big event here. We're gonna be doing a Chiefs orchard, which we're gonna do pears, and we're gonna do apple trees here at the stadium. Then we're also going to have a Chiefs garden where we're going to do 4 garden beds, and we're going to have herbs and spices in there. Everything that we crop out of these will be donated to local charities, or we can even give it to staff here or our cafe at Chief Stadium. So, or Arrowhead, sorry. So the last thing that we're going to do is a litter cleanup. So, and this is all going to be a staff volunteer day. So we're looking to hopefully have dozens of volunteers on October 6th. So we can really raise awareness with all of our staff. And then we're going to follow up the next day. We're going to kind of keep it going. Like I said, we're trying to make this a real big event and make it raise a lot of awareness with our staff and our community. And we're going to do something we call an undumpster day. So it's going to be all of anything that's hard to recycle materials. The community can bring them in here free to donate. And we'll have about 20 different vendors here. So really making kind of a 2-day event here in Kansas City. And yeah, we just see a lot of value in this, and the Green Sports Alliance and Brandon Hamilton, who's my mentor and boss here. He's done so much work with the GSA and everybody. And we're just kind of trying to take it to another level here in Kansas City. So that's all I got there, Bradley. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, thank you, Jared. And it's great to see the champions on the field becoming champions off the field as well. So yeah, with that, I'll pass it over to Katie. So thanks, Katie. And can you introduce Okapi for us?
Yes, thank you, Brad. And thank you, Jared. The Undumpster sounds like such a cool event. I'm going to introduce Rick from Okapi. He is partnering with Austin FC in Texas. Rick, can you tell us a little bit about your partnership and how they're engaging fans in diverting waste, and just a little bit more about the activation that's happening on October 6th? Rick, are you here?
Muted.
Still on mute. Sorry. Our user error. I said, will you run through the slides while I'm going through this? Do you have those up? I'm not sure.
So
Maybe
we're just going to just chat
okay.
about it.
I just want to make sure. So a lot of people don't even know what our name is, Okapi. Some people call it Oka Pie, all kind of different things. So if you want to have fun Google thing, it's our owner's favorite animal. It's a cross between a giraffe and a zebra. If you've never seen one in person, you've probably never seen it. And so that's kind of our motto, that we're different by design, because we're trying to help drive people to not just think about a green sports day and think about being green and highlight it one day a year, but use that as a catalyst to do it every day. So we're pretty stoked about our really intricate and detailed partnership with Austin FC. And I know Nick is on the line here. Hey, Nick, you guys are doing a phenomenal job there. We're doing a lot of things. We work with the local hauler, TDS, Texas Disposal Systems, who is owned by the same owner of our company. And at Texas Disposal Systems, we're going to have trash goalies on Green Sports Day. We have 70 different eco stations all around the place. There's not any place you'll find one lone trash can. Everything's an eco station. And we have people, volunteers that will be there, that not in a militant fashion, but in a fun manner, to say, hey, did you know that you ate half your hot dog and it's in a fiber boat and it's got a fiber wrap and it's all compost, your drink is all recycled, you had a zero waste experience at beautiful Q2 Stadium at Austin FC. So we just interact, continue to work with them, help them. We have a video that plays before every game, and actually won an award in the marketing world for about 700 applicants. And we use that before every game, and Austin FC plays it. So we educate the fans on what to do and how things are going to go. And the exciting part is we hear when they go to other stadiums that they carry the same culture that they learned at a Q2 Stadium there. So we're going to be working with that. We also have QR codes now on every eco station, and so the fans can come up and not only see, you know, how to do the recycling and compost dance and what goes where, but they can scan the QR code. It will take them to the video. They can watch the video of what to do, and it takes them to the special diversion tracker, which Austin FC publicizes, so they can actually see transparency, what is actually happening in the previous match, the next match. And we're going to be pushing for Green Sports Day to be the highest diversion of the year. The highest diversion we've had so far is a little over 90%, 91.8%. So we're going to have an even bigger diversion. And what we're going to be announcing with Okapi, the consulting arm, to help them get even farther and other things other than just diversion, is the software that we work with, that we work with them and provide them with, which is a new tool. Most people we find are trying to do these things that we're all talking about that are 2023 and beyond challenges, and yet we're using tools that were invented back in the 80s, before most of you on this call were born, trying to figure out how to keep up with that. So the tool that they're using is going to be completely automated by Green Sports Day, where it's pulling information like AI and machine learning from all different sources. Think about, they'll be pulling information from electricity, water, diversion, parking, how people get there from light rail, bicycle, parking, so they can automatically calculate things like scope 1 and 2 emissions, can get a chunk of scope 3, waste diversion, electric, water, and put all that in a visual dashboard or a visual experience, so that Nick and Jordan and the guys there and us can work on how do we get to the next level, rather than trying to scramble to get numbers together and hope they're right. So we're all in the sports business. It's no fun if you don't keep score. And so it's a lot better to have a big jumbotron that you keep score on than the old-fashioned way when you're in the basketball and you click and you move the numbers up one at a time. So we're going to be announcing that at Green Sports Day, that we're improving their reporting system to make it automatically extract data from a patchwork of sources so that it can be transparent, accountable, and then we drive fan involvement with our trash goalies and our QR codes, and showing the fans the result. We feel like if they see how they're doing, they're all competitive like we are. They're going to want to do better and better. They want to get farther and farther. And we're thrilled to be a part of this organization. We think you guys are doing phenomenal work, and we're just glad to be a part of it. So thank you for the opportunity to share.
Thank you so much, Rick. It all sounds really exciting. We're all rooting for you to get above that 91.8% diversion rate. And I'll pass it back to Shay. She's going to talk about more of the activations that we can participate in.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you again. Thank you again to all of our partners that joined us today. So Athletes Unlimited, Kansas City Chiefs, and Okapi, just some really great examples about how you can activate your community and your fans on Green Sports Day and beyond. So here on the slide, you'll see our second activation, making a commitment to climate action. So we know that climate action requires an ongoing commitment. So we are inviting you to join leaders in the sports industry and confidently share your commitment. So whether it's a commitment that you made previously, it's one that you made earlier this year, or even a commitment that you plan to launch on October 6th, this is a really great opportunity to share it with the Green Sports Alliance and our community. So you'll see the link that Katie puts in the chat. There's a one-pager that offers a lot of these resources and examples from some of our members and leagues across the globe. You will have the option whenever you submit this form to let it remain confidential with the Green Sports Alliance, or you can click that we're able to amplify it to the Green Sports Alliance community through our website landing page and through our social media channels. So this is a really great opportunity, especially for the Green Sports Alliance members in the room, to share the progress and the actions that you've been taking. And I'm really excited because we have a few members sharing what they're doing here today as well. So our Cup and St. Louis SC are joining us. I'm going to pass it over to Katie to introduce our Cup.
Thank you, Shay. I'm going to introduce our Cup. If you guys don't know, they're doing a reusables at the Coliseum here in Southern California. And I want to bring on Tina, who's on the our Cup team. Tina, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the commitment and share the reusable story at the Coliseum?
Thanks, Katie. I appreciate you having us on to share our story. First of all, we're really excited for Green Sports Day on October 6th. It's really, for us, it's the perfect time to celebrate what we're calling Game Day for Reuse, which is the reuse program we recently launched at the LA Memorial Coliseum. We launched our Cup there about 2 weeks ago to replace their single-use cocktail and beer cups at the stadium. We actually first connected with the Coliseum at Green Sports Alliance back at the end of June, and they are very committed to sustainability and eliminating waste. They have several sustainability initiatives underway, and so for them, our Cup was just sort of a no-brainer. So we launched with the first game about a week ago. We had a really, really high return rate. The servers loved it, the fans loved it. And we're excited that we'll be at all of the USC home games. And the next one is USC versus Arizona on October 7th. So perfect aligning, not exactly the same day, but just a day after Green Sports Day. So in terms of Green Sports Day, we're going to be creating a lot of social media posts and graphics, inspiring others through our Game Day for Reuse messaging.
Awesome. Thank you, Tina. And did you want to talk about some of the trends that you've been seeing with reuse in the sports industry?
Sure. Yeah. One of the things we're seeing really a lot lately is that stadiums and arenas are really wanting reuse containers for their grab and go stations. So it's what we're calling the frictionless serve yourself stations that they have around the stadium. So we've been supplying a lot of our reuse containers for those purposes. We're also hearing from our customers that their per head sales are increasing due to what they think is just a better drinking experience with the reusable cups. People are really committed to it. Fans love it. And then we're also seeing venues move toward reusables versus other materials just due to the minimal environmental impact and the reduction in single use that reuse delivers.
That's so awesome. It's so great to hear that sports teams are coming on board to practice with reusables. So I'll pass it to Bradley. He's going to introduce St. Louis SC.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. And very excited to have St. Louis SC on today. For those who are not familiar with the soccer world, they're in their first year of operations. So as a very new franchise, they've done a lot of amazing things with their sustainability programs that you don't often see from a new stadium or new franchise. So with that, I'd love to introduce Matt and Courtney from St. Louis City SC. And thank you so much for being here today. Really, the main question I have for you all is how can you share how St. Louis City's SC's St. Louis SC's Green Sports Day activities fulfill its climate commitment?
Yeah, thanks for having us, Bradley. We're excited to be a part of this. As you mentioned, we're the newest club in Major League Soccer. We recently opened City Park. It's our soccer-specific stadium in downtown St. Louis. And, we anchored a lot of our fan experience around local food. We have over 25 local food partners, next generation technology. But it was really important for our ownership group that it was very thoughtful and environmentally responsible at the same time. So we've set a very ambitious goal from, day one of the stadium open of being zero waste and having no single-use plastics across the entire fan journey. So for us, it really is those moments of the fan experience where when our fans can touch, see, smell, and hear things, we view those as educational moments for people. So you mentioned the reusable cups and, great partners like Ball who have our, aluminum cups that are refillable across the entire stadium. It's little moments like that that fans might be attracted to them because they feel different or look different. For us, it's an opportunity to educate. So we've got QR codes on the back of every single reusable component of our stadium that leads them to a dedicated page about our sustainability goals and objectives, and actually allows our fans to take called the Our City Pledge. And so that's them actively getting involved in our commitment. It allows us then on the backside of that to segment off fans that we know care deeply about this. We can send them monthly tips and tricks and really personalize their experience when they step foot inside City Park. So for Green Sports Day specifically, we want to celebrate the sustainable food story that we started in stadium. Over 25 local partners from plate to compost. We have over 200 on-site receptacles, on-site recycling and compost stations, local ingredients, local suppliers. We have a few of our partners and sponsors looped in on this as well, that have a commitment to sustainability and working on garden cleanup projects as part of an overarching neighborhood cleanup process. So unfortunately, like some of the others that have spoken, we don't have a home match on October 6th. But for us, I think it is, we have such good day one policies and procedures inside the stadium. We're really looking to get outside of our stadium into the neighborhoods, gardens, and really incentivize our fans to take action in their daily lives.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And it's really great to see that you guys really embrace Green Sports Day and the embodiment of what it means on a day-to-day basis. So it's really, thank you so much for sharing that insight, and definitely love the idea of having a fan pledge as part of kind of your sustainability initiative. So thank you. But with that, I'll pass it back to Shay. And thank you so much for coming on, St. Louis City.
Thanks, Brad. And thanks again to our Cup and St. Louis SC. Really, really great examples of how they're taking climate commitments that they already made in various locations in the US, and how they're taking them one step further on Green Sports Day. So thank you both. So I'm really excited because each of these partners that joined us today also mentioned how they're participating in the social media campaign. So commitments and events all wrap up into the Green Sports Day digital campaign, and it can also exist on its own. By clicking the link in the chat, you can sign up to receive the digital toolkit. And in that toolkit, you will find directions to light your LEDs green with the correct hex codes and some directions for that activation, just in case you would like to do that at your venue. And thank you to our partner and newest member of the Green Sports Alliance, Composed. We are bringing you beautiful graphic templates, caption templates that can be used by athletes, teams, venues, allies, companies, and organizations. So whatever stakeholder you are in the room, there will be content for you to use and amplify. We really want it to be easy for you so that you can just pick from options and go and amplify on your platforms. But I encourage you to chat with your marketing teams and with your social media team and have them save the date for October 6th. We should have that toolkit in your inbox by September 22nd. There will also be a press release template and communications best practices included in the digital toolkit. So just so everyone knows, last year we had 40,000 people click on hashtag Green Sports Day every hour. And we reached almost 14 million people across the globe. So it's a really, really great opportunity to take Green Sports Day one step further. So join us on social media, activate your communities, and really take advantage of what Green Sports Day has to offer. Lastly, I do have several resources and tips available for you as you bring these various activations to life. So we really want you to be clear about your game plan and avoid greenwashing. So check out the chat to dive deeper. The landing page on our website has all of these available. And thank you to all of our partners that really bring these resources to life. And just one last snapshot. So here are our 3 activations we reviewed today. Thank you to everyone that has joined us especially our champion members leading the way for green sports. This is a really great time to ask any questions that you might have. We will be sending a recording after the event for your reference. And if you